Supporters of a citizens initiative that would prohibit transgender athletes in Maine from playing on teams that align with their gender identity say they have enough signatures to put the proposal on the November ballot. Organizers with Protect Girls Sports in Maine say they have already collected more than 78,000 signatures, 10,000 more than needed. The proposed policy would restrict transgender students from playing on teams or using services that aligns with their gender identity. Instead, transgender athletes would have the option to compete on teams associated with their gender assigned at birth or play on co-ed teams.